I have me a cousin named Nick.
Oh, Nicky. Okay, yeah.
Nicky.
He's a troll, right?
No.
Heard he guards a bridge.
Is it European swallows or Asian swallows? What?
This is a Monty Python bit.
Yeah. Well, he asked me about trolls. Wrong! You've got the wrong answer! What did you do at the age of 20?
I was, I got some stories. 20, I was in college. I didn't really start doing fun stuff worth talking about until I was 23. Okay, YouTube, we have another, Joe and I have a discussion, a question. So I just made a statement that Isaac Newton is arguably the most brilliant man to ever have lived. And Joe claims, and I agree with him, that Solomon, there's a technicality here.
There is.
We both say Solomon is the wisest man to have ever lived. Agreed.
Yes.
Because how can you, who could argue with the Lord?
Who could argue with the word of the Lord?
Only a fool.
Only a fool.
So here's the question for you guys. Is what wisdom and brilliance, are they different? Can one man be the smartest man to have ever lived and a different man be the wisest man to have ever lived?
What about
Wouldn't
Jesus?
that be the same thing?
Let us know in the comments below.
It's about 7:45.
Are you finished with the run through?
Yeah, we're done. We've been done for a little while, actually.
Efficiency.
We had a good rehearsal this week, so run through went very smooth.
Awesome.
And now we're just waiting upon the Lord.
How long do you think it took Samson to lose his hair?
It was pretty quick. She cut it real fast.
To lose his hair?
Yeah. If she wouldn't have cut his hair, do you think he would have lost it eventually?
You mean like of old age?
Yeah. I mean,
That's a good question. I'm feeling a little Samson-like myself right now. Hand on the pillar. I probably shouldn't.
better
Probably
take your
shouldn't.
hand off of that
Probably shouldn't do that.
before Jesse cuts your hair.
That's right. If Rogaine had existed, it'd be difficult. Rogaine, renew your Shiite vows.
So Fuller and I had this idea we talked about earlier in the week to talk about how to or not to get hired as a worship leader because Pastor Fuller hired me here at Newhope.
It's a great decision.
And
My judgment is impeccable.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So Fuller hires our worship pastors, and we're constantly hiring worship pastors.
Yeah, we're hiring too right
Yeah.
now as you watch this
So
video.
if you're looking for a job,
Yep.
newhopechurch.org. Can they apply from there?
Yeah, you can actually go to our website and apply. Wait, let's ask him. We're talking about how not to get hired as a worship leader or how to get hired as a worship leader. And I've mentioned we're hiring too right now. Just things that we look for.
We're in a preaching mood today.
That's what.
Y'all asked. Okay, I'm not sure. I'm glad I stopped by the worship leader office because they have roped me in to this video. I'm not sure some of you are going to be glad I stopped by because they just asked me the question. Let's see if I can get this right. What do I not want to see in a worship leader if I'm thinking about hiring him or her? And what do I want to see in a worship leader? Here's what I don't want to see. An artist, you might want to cover up your toes because I might step on some. Too many artists are emotionally fickle. Too many artists are they get too tied and connected to their song or their agenda or their spotlight. I can't stand prima donna worship leaders. I'll just give some credit where credit's due. It's one of the reasons why I love Pastor Brian Fuller of Newhope Church. He's often on stage. He's the leader, but often he's not even leading. You wouldn't know it if you were a guest. So if you're an artist, put on your big boy pants, put on your big girl pants. Maybe you need to go read some books. You might need to go to a conference or two to get some emotional health. And make sure you're not too overly sensitive about your spotlight or your agenda. Realize there's a larger agenda going on, and churches that are the healthiest are led by senior pastors and worship leaders who understand that it's the vision of the church that's most important, not whether or not you get to do that song you wrote, not whether or not you get to do that song that you like, not whether or not you get to do that song that fits your voice, and not whether you feel good about it. We have to submit to the vision. Around Newhope Church, we call it vision submission. And we all, including me, we all submit to the vision. I love you, by the way. If I've hurt any feelings, I love you. Go get some help, get some thirsty therapy, and it's gonna be okay. But we got big things to do. People are dying and going to hell, and it's not about my agenda. It's not about your agenda. It's about God's agenda, and how can we best do that? The thing you asked about, what do I want to see in a worship leader? I want to see somebody who is a hard worker. Again, sometimes artists aren't the most hardworking people in the world. Not all of them. I know I'm broad stroking here, but I know that's not always the case. But I want to see a hard worker, not somebody who just wants to be on the stage. I want to see someone who is fiercely loyal to the vision, but to your senior pastor. I believe that if we're going to be on stage together, taking territory, there's nothing that the enemy would want to do more than to come in and sow division and get us against one another. We have to be fiercely loyal to one another. Again, you can ask any of the staff at Newhope. I'm just as loyal to them as I want them to be to me. And if there's any way that churches get destroyed by the enemy, he comes in and gets a foothold, is when staff start bickering and fighting, and worship leaders and senior pastors start having conflict because they're trying to do their own thing and their own agenda. Hey, talent. Yeah. You got to be talented, man. You got to be able to sing. You don't want to be able to sing like me. Hard work, loyalty, talented, faithful. Last thing, faithful. I believe there's a spiritual realm, and I believe that when women and men get on stage and they're not people of integrity, or they haven't confessed their sin and their secret sin in their lives, I believe God can pull the anointing. Today I've been talking about anointings for everyone, but anointing comes with integrity. Anointing comes with faithfulness, and I just want to be around staff who, they're not perfect, but staff who do everything they can do to be faithful. In other words, they genuinely love God, and they're doing all they can to give God glory with their lives. Hey, praying for you. I love these guys. I love this ministry. And if you're a worship leader, I love you. Don't take what I said on the front end too harsh. I need worship leaders. I think they are some of the most critical people on a staff. And we're hiring, by the way. I think that's already been said, but we're hiring worship leaders. But now you know, if you come here, you know what you don't want to do, and you know what you want to do. Peace out.
Get a lot of whale noises in it.
I know you can hear it. I asked him to meet the drums. I hear a siren.
That's how you do a proper whale.
Where the Spirit of the Lord is, there's freedom.
The A-frame hug is a safe hug.